This is a box, a regular cardboard Amazon box. Now you may be wondering what a box has to do with homes or architecture, but in reality, this one box can sum up the evolution of home architecture throughout humanity's history. For example, what if this box could be a home?
The general idea of the home started a long time ago, as far back as the time of the ancient Egyptians. They planned their living arrangements based on the environment around them, building around the Nile River, a source for water, food, hygiene, and transportation. They used a cheap available building material, mud, specifically mud bricks called adobe, alongside the sparse amounts of wood. Many homes were 2 stories featuring a rooftop for sleeping and a courtyard for cooking. Overall, in the times of the ancients, form follows function, which followed the environment. On the other side of the world, in North America, the Plains Indians built teepees starting around 4,000 years ago. Rather than being built to be permanent homes, teepees were built in conjunction with their more nomadic lifestyle, where they were able to move with animal migration, moving along with whatever Mother Nature throws at them. They were built with wooden sticks and hides, particularly bison skins. Teepees symbolize another group of people adapting to their environment while also bending it to their own will.
In late 15th century England, in the waning part of the medieval period, the Tudor style arose. A style of architecture defined by the exposed dark wood frame called half timbering and the whitewashed exterior, referred to as wattle and daub. Often poorer families of the time would have thatched roofs made of straw, while the rich could afford the more durable tiled roofing. These homes represent a stylish, though modest shelter for the poor average citizens of that time.
The Chateau de Vaux-le-Vicomte. Finished in 1661 in France, this extravagant building features Baroque architecture, marking the beginning of the Louis XIV style. This largely symmetrical exterior and interior, complete with lavish decorated halls and rooms for housing its wealthy occupants, alongside quarters for its many staff necessary to upkeep such a large estate, show the magnanimity of the building. This grand chateau lies in great contrast with the simplicity of poorer homes, like the previous Tudor home of the time. It is a literal shining example of luxury in both architectural design and manpower.
As for the United States, mid 20th century homes are a great example of homes not created only by the visions of an architect, but by the larger ideologies of the United States at the time. Following the material shortages during World War II and the strong sense of United States patriotism, these homes were created to embody the ideal family and the American dream, calling back to the traditional colonial style. Due to the constraints of a singular ideology, many of these homes were similar, as they wanted to promote a family lifestyle dictated by norms.
In the 18th century, European cities began to build tall blocks of flats for middle-class tenants as a part of urbanization started by the Industrial Revolution. These were the first apartments. Since then, apartment architecture has largely remained the same large rectangular buildings, divided into many smaller sections for their hundreds of tenants to occupy. Apartments remain to this day smaller, cheaper, and more temporary homes for millions around the world, including the many students here at UC Davis.
What is interesting about the evolution of the home is that with each step it takes towards modernization, the grander the issues a home attempts to tackle. For instance, primal homes were made to serve the basic needs of the family and no further, while the mid-20th century houses were created to embody the social ideals of a nation, seen clearly when looking at the ideal American household. Now, the most recent style, contemporary, seeks to tackle global issues with its design. Sustainability, minimalism, and private space are all important traits of a contemporary home, as they seek to combat climate change, pollution, and overpopulation with its design. All the while, the more grandiose of contemporary homes can spare to prioritize form over function, at the same time optimizing comfort through technology such as the increasingly prevalent smart devices within our homes.
And now we are back to the box that started it all. From the teepee to the contemporary. Really, despite all the aesthetic, Even material differences, the home remains a box in which people live in. Now follow us as we delve into that box.
We begin with the most basic of floor plans and simple circles. The teepee has been a mainstay for sheltering the plain India for millennia. Simple furniture such as bedding made up of animal hides on skins, sitting on woven racks, alongside storage and blocks for manufacturing, or lines the open hidden wall of the teepee. Central to the teepee is a fire pit used for cooking alongside warmth with smoke existing through the smoke hole above. These homes supply their Native American occupants with shelter from the outdoor, while fulfilling their nomadic lifestyle.
Historical evidence provides these details for the average home of the ancient Egyptian. A front room serving as a place of introduction and waiting, a main living room with built-in shrine representative of religion's importance to the family, another sleeping section with stairs to allow for people to sleep on the roof, and a roofless kitchen or courtyard kitchen with stairs down to the cellar for food storage. Up to as many as 20 people could have lived in such a house, and as such, private space was almost non-existent.
Fast forward to the mid-20th century. The traditional suburban house, as previously mentioned, which fulfills the ideal nuclear family, all while meeting the budget sense as constraint of the period. This example shows a hard line between private and public, sectioning off the living quarter for the home's occupants from the rest of the house on evidence, while the focus set on the main living room, the priority for creating a strong family lifestyle.
Now on to the most recent iteration of architectural evolution, the contemporary. Largely minimalist, the open floor plan, as shown by this example, is an increasingly growing trend, encompassing a large open space combining the family, dining, and living room, allowing for lines of sight to all spaces from all spaces. This, combined with the larger size of many contemporary homes, which ironically often house less and less occupants, presents a wide open modern feeling to the public living space, almost reminiscent of a courtyard of ancient times. In addition, the public space is divided between upper and lower floors. The upper floor contains the intimate living sections, besides the guest room downstairs, the bedrooms, and master bedroom. Currently, the contemporary design attempts to conform to our modern lifestyles: an office, guest suite, large garage, open living areas, all to maximize our luxurious, comfortable lives.